All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's Brittany and Marcia here. We are here live at the studio for our first ever episode of Coffee with MP with Miss Rebeca Peña here with us. So, guys, I just want to give a little bit of a background on how this is going to work. So we kind of decided to do these Coffee with MPs with some of our members here at our studio to talk about their journey through weight loss, through fitness, through finding their health, kind of finding their identity in their fitness and health journey. And we're going to be interviewing people every single Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time here on our Facebook Live. We're going to go ahead and bring on different people, different ages, different demographics, different journeys, different lifestyles, to kind of give you guys an idea on how these fierce females are able to, find themselves through their weight loss journeys and be successful. So with that being said, I don't know if you have anything to add. We'll get right into it.
No, let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So our special guest today again is Rebeca Peña. She's actually one of our founding Midwest Performance members, and she's been with us for a little over 2 years now. And she's going to share her journey with us on how she lost 70 pounds in about roughly 15 months. And we're also going to hit kind of a sensitive topic on her most recent discovery of being diagnosed with breast cancer. So
the first thing we're going to ask you, Rebeca, is why don't you go ahead and tell our audience, or tell us a little bit about your weight loss journey, kind of where you started, why you decided to start, what you started with, and how you kind of got to MP and where you're at.
I decided to start this journey because I was so tired of being overweight, depressed. Every time you go shopping, I didn't like the way I looked. So I try to do everything for myself and just be healthy.
So what was it that, and we're getting like really in-depth and personal, what was it that you didn't like about yourself?
The way I looked. The way the clothes looked. Yeah. I couldn't go shopping because I would cry because I didn't like anything.
Yeah. And I mean, for most people, that's kind of a sensitive topic in itself. But did you want to add to?
No, I think, was it kind of a turning point for you? I know if you want to talk a little bit about your knee replacement surgery that you first had, and kind of what the doctor told you when you went in about the second one, and how that kind of prompted you to get into the gym and start.
So my knee started hurting really bad, and they decided I needed knee surgery. I had it. I was home for 7 weeks. I couldn't walk. I gained like 20 pounds in 7 weeks. I overeat.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So you had one knee replacement surgery already.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then after that surgery, you gained weight.
Yes.
How much weight?
Like 20 pounds.
Wow.
It was around the holidays, and you're home, you're bored, just want to eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then I decided that the surgery was really painful, and I said, I don't want to go through the same thing over and over.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it was a chance that I found you, and I said, let me start and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, now, Rebeca didn't start with group training. Rebeca started with personal training and kind of moved into small group training, and then worked her way into a large group training. So talk about why you decided to do personal training and the small group training first versus just going to a gym by yourself, or even just jumping right into group fitness.
Good question.
I cannot work out by myself. I need the motivation of a trainer or a group to be around me, to guide me, tell me what to do. So that's why I decided to join.
Was it beneficial for you, do you think, with kind of the knee injury that you had and kind of where your fitness level was? Do you feel that it was beneficial for you to start with the personal training in the small group versus just jumping right into like a large group setting?
I think starting with a trainer by myself, it was a better idea because she knew my problems and the exercise I needed to get better and stronger.
Yeah, that's good. Did you have any sort of background exercising on your own prior to finding the personal trainer?
I used to go to some health clubs, but I would go 1 or 2 times a year, and I said, no, I don't need this. I don't like it. It was boring.
Yeah. And if you could, just for the record, state, like, who was your personal trainer at that time?
Really?
Marcia, of course.
She's tooting her own horn.
I am a little bit. So it was an honor to be able to meet you that day, and just your story alone inspired me, and I knew that it would be a journey that led us to where we are today. But there's something that I want you to share with the audience, is that your first 30 days in personal training, how was that? What were your results? Yeah.
My first 30 days were really bad because I only lost 1 pound. So thanks to your tough love and guide me what to do next, I started seeing the results little by little. But I got him.
So that leads me kind of to my next question. What kept you going through that 30 days and beyond that? What kept you motivated? What kept you going? You know, it takes a lot of self-motivation for that. So what were your biggest things that you used?
The advice I got from you guys, it was the main thing. And then going to a store shopping and said, okay, this looks a little bit better. My goal is to be this size, but small goals, baby steps.
So that's huge, guys. If you notice, she's sharing with you some of her secrets, her top secrets on what led her to her 70-pound weight loss journey. So if you notice, she took it in small strides, right? And she knew it would take a lot longer than what most people want right away. They want results right away within the first weeks and leading up to 30, 60 days. And it's baby steps, right?
Baby steps, one by one.
So my next question for you, Rebecca, is positivity is really hard sometimes when you don't see results, when you're tired, when life gets in the way. Mind you, Rebecca works 50, 60 hours a week.
She's a hard worker. Yeah, hard worker.
A very busy person. She's here every morning at 5 a.m. And so she makes time for herself. And sometimes that can be really hard. So how have you stayed positive through this journey versus just, you've literally made it to the gym every single day. So how have you been able to do that? What are the steps that you take in your mindset on a daily basis to get you out of bed and to get you moving every single day, even though some days you don't want to?
I was not a morning person, but now I get up at 3:30 Monday through Saturday.
Time out. Did you hear that, guys?
Yes.
Did you hear that? 3:30 a.m. And mind you, where are you traveling from when you come to
From Berkeley.
And how far is that?
25 minutes.
That's crazy, guys. One way, just to work out every single day.
And if it's, of course, a snowstorm, it takes me longer. Traffic.
So so let's talk about your mindset and how that's helped you.
Just being in a group. Just talk to other different people, because every day you get to meet new people. They keep me going that way.
So what Rebecca's kind of saying is that it's helped her a lot to be surrounded by like-minded people, to have those people in your corner who make sure that you're there every single day, who you know that you have to show up for because they're showing up for you, and you guys are really in this together. So I think it's important that you guys hear that being in a group setting is super, super important and something that can be beneficial to a lot of different people. So that's great. The next thing I want to talk about is, what made group training at MP special for you? Why is it so special to you?
I like talking to people. I like meeting different people, and just being here, it makes my day. I get so much energy. I have so many friends now. I talk about everything. We have problems, we talk about it. We share stories, we text, we talk to each other. So the best thing is making a lot of friendships
here.
So
it's a lot of the community, it sounds like. Just the community. Okay, so let's talk about why haven't you decided to go somewhere else and try something new?
No, I will stay at Mavis Performance. I don't want to try anything new. I can work out a different day somewhere else, but no, I will stay here.
I think it's big on a lot of the theme that you've kind of brought to light here is the community and the people that are surrounded by you here, and kind of that fierce female tribe of women here who are all here for different reasons, but you're all truly on the same exact path. Nobody's on a different path here. You're all walking the same path. Now, you may have different destinations at the end of it, right? But you're all walking together down the same road.
So you'll have the same journey.
For sure. So surrounding yourself by like-minded individuals. So cool.
No negative people here. Right?
So that leads me to my last question. Then we're going to talk about your 5 tips for our audience today. But what is the best advice that you can give to anyone watching today who is sitting at home watching on Facebook or Instagram, and they're like, man, I want to be like Rebecca, but I just don't know if I can take that first step. So what is your best advice on taking that first step and making that phone call to come in and try a class, or getting on the website to just check things out? What is the best advice you can give someone to take that first step?
First advice is to come here and try one class, and you're gonna love it.
And there's no pressure at all, right?
No pressure.
Not at all.
You work at your own pace here.
I think that's the best thing, is that you just kind of have to get up and
take the plunge, the leap of faith.
And if you need help, I can help you.
And trust the process, right?
I'll be here at 5.
I think trusting the process is huge too.
It is, Because I'm sure there was days that you're just like, looking back to your first 30 days, you just wanted to give up, you know?
Right.
So what kept you going to just keep going without wanting to give up, knowing that your first 30 days, you only lost 1 pound?
Believe on you guys.
Yeah.
Just believe that you guys believe in me, that I could do it, so I just kept going.
That's awesome.
Cool. So with that being said, let's talk about the 5 tips that you want to share with our audience today on how you've been able to, where are we at for weight loss as of today?
70, around 70.
Around 70 pounds, which is amazing.
That is
in 15
crazy
months.
insane,
That's insanity.
yes.
So what are your top 5 tips on how you were able to stick to the process for 15 months and lose those 70 pounds?
Number 1 is tracking your food.
That is huge.
Tracking your
yes.
food.
So
write
how
that down.
how
Tracking your
exactly did you track your food? What exactly did you do?
I downloaded the MyFitnessPal app that you suggest to me.
Yes.
Big thing, measure.
Oh my God,
Measure
yes.
your meals. Weight your
yes.
meals also, like your meat or whatever else you need to weigh.
A lot of people, honestly, Rebecca, find that to be the most hardest thing to do. You know, everybody may have an excuse of why they don't have time, or how did you find the time to be able to measure your food and log your foods each and every day? Mind you, seeing your actual record, your journal record, you never missed a day. So what did you do to just keep you very on track?
I don't believe when people said, I don't have time. You have to make time for yourself. If I'm at work and I cannot use my phone, I write it down, and then when I get home, I track it. But I don't miss one day because I want to stay focused and I want to lose another 20 pounds. If
That's
I can.
crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm reading off of her cheat sheet here. She has don't skip meals, which is like my mantra.
Yes.
Let's talk about not skipping meals. Why do you think that that's important?
A while back, I skipped lunch. And then when you get home, you're starving and you want to eat everything.
Yeah.
That was my biggest problem. Now I find my time, my 20-minute lunch, go in the back, my lunch break, and I eat. And snacking. I take a protein shake for snack, so that helps me to stay full.
Good. So skipping meals, you guys, is I'm not. That's a whole episode in itself. But I will tell you right now that, like Rebecca said, skipping meals is just not something that should be done because it can be more of a detriment to your weight loss journey.
agree.
Yes.
Versus helping you. So let's go to tip number 2. What do you got for tip number 2?
Set small goals.
Yes.
Never think you're going to start and you're going to lose 20 pounds overnight. That's not going to happen. That was my biggest problem. I lose half a pound and I was disappointed and I will stop. But now it's like I want to go 5 pounds at a time, and once I reach the 5, I go shopping, I do something
You
special
rewarded
for
yourself.
me.
That
Of
is
course.
super important, and it's just baby steps. It's just celebrating the small things, right? What leads you to the big things. So what exactly, and correct me if I'm wrong, did you weigh yourself every day?
Before I did, but I stopped.
That's good.
Yeah, because you get frustrated.
Right, exactly. So I think you had accountability with your coach within Midwest Performance as a personal trainer, which led to the Midwest Performance group session. You weighed yourself once a week, correct me if I'm wrong?
Yes, every Friday.
So I think the small goals is important, you guys. To kind of recap that tip is you can't take off bigger bites than you can chew, because when it comes to something like this and thinking like, oh, I have to lose 50 pounds, like that's a monotonous goal. But if you're like, I have to lose 5 pounds a month, or 5 pounds every 2 weeks, or even 2.5 pounds every 2 weeks, when you break it into smaller chunks, it gets easier to chew and swallow, and it makes your mindset and your track record a lot better in the long term. So let's go to tip number 3. What do you got?
Commit to workout at least 3 times. For me, it's 5 times. But
She's an animal, yes. So starting out, you would recommend 3, right?
Yes.
But then maybe as you progress throughout the workouts, you
Increase it
increase
one by
it.
one.
Gotcha. And you work out how often?
5 to 6 times a week.
5 to 6 times a week.
animal.
Yes.
I have to invest time on myself.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, throughout your first even 6 months to a year, how many days do you say you think you missed throughout your workouts?
Only the times that I will go on vacation.
Yeah. But any other time you were there consistently.
I'm always there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So it's literally a handful.
You are like my second family.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes. I mean, you are my second family.
So 3 times a week, guys, at a minimum to get in the gym. If you really want to see results, 3 times a week is really where it's at. I meet with a lot of people on a daily basis through our 6-week challenges and our 12-week challenges that I hear like, well, I had a personal trainer, but I only saw him once a week. Don't waste your money on a personal trainer for once or twice a week because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. You have to be in the gym more often than 1 or 2 times a week. Even if you have a personal trainer, it doesn't matter. Just because it's a personal trainer doesn't mean that it's some magical pill that's going to make you lose weight. So you need to be somewhere at least 3 times a week, if not more. So
guys, I do, however, we want to get, if you find that you're getting any sort of value or any advice from this, please give us a little love, some thumbs up, some hearts if you find this to be very beneficial. We'd love to be able to get you guys engaged in some questions here shortly, but again, just give us some love, give us some thumbs up, some hearts if you find this to be very valuable here right now.
So let's go to tip number 4.
Water intake is very important.
What was that?
Water intake.
Water intake. How much water do you think you drink a day?
Close to a gallon.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy. That is insane.
I don't even think I drink that much water. Marcia is very good at water drinking. I will second the water intake thing, and I will also be the first to say that I'm terrible at drinking water because I hate the taste of normal water. So I either have to put like a BCAA in it or like some kind of flavoring in it.
Lemon?
Actually,
You can add lemon.
Yeah, lemon. Marcia loves lemon water.
Yes.
I just really struggle with water intake. So if you do struggle with water intake, like a lot of people do, you can always add lemon. You could add berries. Some people freeze berries in ice cubes and then put it in their water to kind of infuse their water with fruit. I've seen people use Mio and Crystal Light, and I know there's a thing with aspartame, but you'd have to consume like a bajillion like times of it in order for it to be dangerous. And then BCAAs, obviously branched chain amino acids are a great replacement.
There's so many different variations to drink water, so
water.
So do you have a preference on how you drink your water?
In the winter is really hard because I don't like plain water, so I have to add lemon or berries or something, or pineapple too.
Yeah.
But in the summer, I just love plain water.
So do you have like a schedule, or I mean, how? That's a lot. A gallon is a lot. So when do you find the time to drink that much?
I'm just sipping water. I just got a 40-ounce bottle water for the gym because I kept refilling my bottle and it was annoying, like wasting time on my workouts. So I just got a 40-ounce bottle. So I finished a 40-ounce when I'm working out. Yeah.
So another thing too that people don't realize is that drinking water helps you lose weight, right?
Yes. You keep going to the bathroom, but it's okay. It's for a good cause.
Yeah, that's right. So let's go to your last and final tip number 5. What do you got for us?
Prep your meals.
Oh, meal prep.
Say that one more time.
Prep your meals.
Prep your meals.
Yes. And why do you feel like prepping your meals has kind of been a positive thing for you in this journey?
Since I don't have a lot of time, if I can cook for 4 or 5 days, just put it in the freezer sometimes or just in the fridge, grab it, put it in the microwave, and you're done.
Yeah. So when do you find the time to prep it?
Sundays.
Okay.
Sunday evenings.
How long does it normally take you?
An hour and a half.
Okay.
Especially if somebody helps me or not, but yeah.
Okay, so you see, guys, it doesn't take up a lot of her time on a Sunday afternoon. Maybe you have a weekday that your kids are at school or they're napping or your husband's at work, or maybe you come home and nobody's home yet, or whatever. Find that extra 60 to 90 minutes to put, a pan of chicken breast in the oven and cook it, maybe some roasted vegetables, maybe you bake some sweet potatoes or whatever the case may be, maybe cook some rice, and you can put that into several different meals, and all you gotta do is put it in the freezer.
It's just that easy.
Right, and pop it with you. Or some of our ladies here have found a meal prep service with Muscle Maker Grill and Glen Ellen that a lot of them use to actually prep their meals for them. So there are options out there like that for you. But you can make it yourself, or you can have somebody make it for you. But prepping your meals, we always say here, if you fail to plan to fail.
Plan to fail, yes. So I just want to recap for those people that are just tuning in on some of the things that we just finished touching bases on. For those of you that don't know, our special guest, Rebeca, is here today. She's lost 70 pounds with us in 15 months. And she shared 5 tips and or secrets that led her to her weight loss success. So, Rebeca, if you could just quickly run through those 5 things again.
Yes. Track your meals.
Track your meals.
Set small goals.
Set small goals.
Commit to work out at least 3 times.
Okay.
Water intake and preparing your meals.
That is awesome.
Perfect.
Yes.
Cool.
So now we've managed to kind of touch bases on what it takes to get to that weight loss journey. There's something else now that we'd like to kind of talk about, and that is a most recent discovery Rebecca has came across by visiting with her physician, and she was just recently diagnosed with breast cancer. So can you kind of tell us a little bit of what that entailed and how that came about?
Never skip a mammogram. I was late 2 months. My doctor kept harassing me. You need to get it done, so I finally did. And when I got the news I needed to have a second one and an ultrasound, I got nervous, especially when I heard the word biopsy. When I found out I had cancer, I felt like I was the end of my world. I thought of my family. How am I going to tell them? But thanks to you guys, you made me strong.
Yeah.
So I fighting this with you guys all together, my family, all my friends. I have very true friends here.
Yeah.
I had surgery. They sent me flowers, a lot of messages. They told me to stay positive, which I am. I'm doing it for my family, for everybody. I have 4 grandkids and a son, and I have to stay healthy for them. I'm going on vacations next Saturday. I'm going to enjoy life for a week and come back and be strong, start my chemo on the 15th. My doctor told me because of my weight loss and I'm strong, I'm going to bounce back in no time.
That's amazing. That's really cool. Yeah.
So I want to share with you that hopefully by the end of the summer, I can come back and say I'm cancer-free.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
And I'm going to try not to miss a workout. If you don't see me here 5 times, I'm going to be 3 times. But this place gives me the energy that I need right now.
That's good to know.
Plus all the support.
Yeah. And I think it's a testament, Rebecca, to what fitness and health and focusing on, you, like you've said literally like 5 or 6 times, I've got to take time for myself. I've got to take time for myself. I've got to take time for myself. How important that is when it comes to your health, because it could make or break you.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about being 70 pounds heavier and getting this diagnosis, think about how much harder it would be to deal with it versus being 70 pounds less, having a lifestyle that you've literally committed to for the last 15 months of your life, and now it's just part of your life. So you're like, okay, cancer, how about you just work around the life that I've already created for myself?
Got the wrong girl.
You got the wrong girl.
Right, yeah.
Right? So I think not only physically are you stronger, but this journey has made you mentally stronger too, like knowing that there is nothing, like you've probably endured tougher workouts in this with Marcia or in this gym than anything that you're going to go through. And I think also we go back to the community aspect and like knowing that you've got people here that have your back no matter what happens.
So my question for you is how do you stay so positive throughout the most, probably some people consider the toughest time of their life? What mentality, what keeps you positive?
When I first found out, the first probably month, I was really depressed, but I just kept working out and getting my stress out. That was the biggest thing for me. But seeing all the support from everybody, I mean, it's amazing. My family, they live in California. My mom has come here like twice. She's coming back probably in 2 weeks. One of my sisters coming. You guys are always texting me, messaging me how I feel. All the girls from here. I come to the breakfast club, which is at 5 a.m. and all the girls know me. They're always like asking me, they're hugging me, you're gonna be fine. So that helped me a lot to be strong.
That's
so
awesome.
I got this.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's so cool to know that no matter what happens, like we've got your back, like all of us here. And I think it's cool that thank you for sharing this. I know sometimes it's not the easiest thing to talk about, but I
don't even cry anymore. I'm okay.
I think it's one of those things that the people that are probably watching right now, that you're going to touch somebody's life today. You're going to let them know that if you can do it, they can do it.
Yes.
Right? No, even with the cancer side of things, but also with your weight loss journey. And that's really, honestly, guys, why we wanted to do these Coffee with MP episodes, is that we want to be able to touch millions and millions and millions of women just like Rebecca, to let you guys know that you're not in this alone. No matter where you are at in this world, no matter where you're at in this country, it does not matter. You are not in this alone, and people like Rebecca are here to tell you that you're not.
Right.
And she is a normal human. She works a full-time job. She's got a fiance. She's got a son. She's got grandkids.
4 grandchildren.
She's got a busy life too, but she's made it work. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, if you've enjoyed what Rebecca's had to share with you, could you just give us some thumbs up, some likes,
show some
love
yes.
on Facebook there. We've been so blessed to have you at our studio and so blessed to have you in our life. Rebecca is kind of like our mom away from our moms, and Rebecca has blessed Marcia and I more than she'll ever know, and probably more than you guys will ever know. So she is truly the matriarch of our studio. She's truly kind of the head of this ship, and we're excited to share this journey with everybody on Facebook, and we're excited to be here for you no matter what.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so with that being said, guys, if you have any questions for Rebecca, if you have any questions for us, we're going to take like 2 minutes. We got about 4 minutes left here. We're going to wrap this up at 12:30. So if you've got any questions, I'm going to go ahead and get on the live news feed here and just see if we've got any questions on the video for Rebecca, for me, for Marcia, about MP, anything like that. So go ahead and just comment below in the box and let us know if you've got any questions or comments that you want to share with the audience here. I'm going to pull this up here if I can get on here. There we are. Oh, look, there's 17 comments.
Yeah, so while Brittany's kind of browsing back, there's some actually stories we failed to mention, Rebecca, and I want you to be able to kind of share that. You just recently, was it in November, ran your first 5K?
Yes.
That is insane.
I thought I could never done it before.
Mind you, this is we're talking to the person who had knee replacement surgery, and the physician told her that she would need a second knee replacement surgery, which she no longer needs, and due to the weight loss. But tell us about that 5K experience.
I was so nervous to register or try about it, but one of the MP members said, "No, you have to do it with me. We're going to do it together."
Now, were you training for this, or
yes? Every Saturday.
Every Saturday
I run.
And we had I believe there was like a little running group within Midwest Performance. How that came about? That kind of.
It was just a couple persons because people would say, "Yeah, we're gonna go with you guys," and they never showed up.
But that's crazy. But that just goes to show, it separates the winners, and I hate to say this, guys, from the losers. And you are a living testament as to the 70-pound weight loss.
It was dark. Even we were running on Roselle Road. Make sure we get enough light.
I think it's another thing too is like. Remind you that Rebecca has one knee replaced, and her other knee wasn't great, and I remember when you first started with Marcia, you could barely squat, and now she's running
crazy
5Ks.
Yes.
So it's
my goal is to carry those heaviest kettlebells. Right now I cannot because of my surgery, but
that's
I'm
okay.
getting baby steps.
Baby steps, yes.
Baby steps. I don't think we have any questions, so with that being said, is there anything you want to add to anything at all?
Do you have any words of wisdom or advice, anything that you'd like to?
First thing is you have to come here and try a class. You're going to love it, I promise. And if you want to join me at 5 a.m., I'll be here to help you.
That's
Very
awesome.
Cool.
So just to touch bases on that as well, guys, Rebecca is like the mom of the Breakfast Club at 5 a.m. If there is someone that is not there, she would be the first one to text you asking, "Where are you? We missed you in class today." So this is your biggest motivator right here, which is super awesome, and it's very personal here, and I think that's what makes it so unique, and it makes me happy to be a part of. So I truly